All right, we got the Phoenix AMRAP week 27 with our program designer, Jeremy Purifoy, the master of disaster, the metabolic maniac. Here we go. Take it away, Jeremy.
All right, so we got your Phoenix AMRAP. I would recommend a faster one for this one just because it takes a little more time with demonstrations, especially in the AMRAP portion of it. So we have your 20, 10, 4 times around, 5 exercises. Most exercises would be are standing, they're all standing, so it should be easier to transition when they 20-second or 10-second transition with the Phoenix portion. So there's no on the ground, laying on the ground type stuff. So you have your diagonal setback with the diagonal chop. So this one, you give a good aiming point, right? So if we're chopping over the shoulders, like having your hand like behind them to give them a good aiming point on this one. You can challenge pace and speed. You know, I would keep it relatively light with this movement. You don't need to go crazy heavy. And again, it's all about really getting that blood flowing, get that blood pumping, get the cardiovascular work going before you get into the AMRAP portion, which is going to be more of a strength focus. So that's exercise one. Exercise two, posture taps is a good one to definitely be engaged with members. Ready to go around the world with them, right? As a coach, you get them on, you go with them and tap out the postal ball with them and go around in a circle, chase them down, have some fun with it. Also, you can challenge members too to go against each other head to head. If you see someone that's like, is going through the motion, like, have like if you have someone in their group that's going all out, have the one that's going all out in their group, go challenge them and go a little bit, pick it up a little bit more on a postal tap. So good way to engage on them is to really get in there with them on this exercise, a good exercise as a coach to get involved with the member. Stator slam, good power movement. On this one, dynamic core, you got single leg balance, all this. Speed, power. You can challenge pace, distance. So if you want to go a little further with the hop, jump further. So you're going to get more even stabilizing yourself. So stability work. If you want to go for more agility and speed, don't go as far from the wall. Stay relatively closer to the wall so you can get faster movements. If you want more power, go for more distance. You get your ladder, squat and twist, squat and twist. Put your hands up on your hips. When I dip, you dip, you dip. That's gonna be a good one to do. Like have some fun with it as you skip through the. It's called the dip song. It's a good one to play to have some engagement to this one, squat and twist. Although I like active hands, this is the one that's okay to put your hands on your hips to get a little twist in there. TRX iron legs. For most locations, obviously the TRX is up to the or it's up to the wall. So if you don't have to have the TRX, just do some iron legs as that fifth station for that. And if there is a need for a six, we have the split bro rollout. You can roll out the iron legs. You can anything with iron legs. As an engagement tool, you can bring your hands on the shoulders to give some added resistance, and then that's no way you could have a nice touch with a member. So you have a wide, spread your legs so when they kick back in that lunge, you're not kicking in the shin. So make sure you have your legs bent wider, and then you put some pressure on your shoulders to have some love on that for the iron legs. And then the stability ball rollout. Roll out. It's doing Ludacris. There's a song Ludacris by Ludacris called Roll Out. Roll out if you need to have that six station. You make that more intense by rising to your toes. If not, see how you need this one butt with you. So when people do the rollout, they tend to have they tend to want to lean back with their butt first, their hip first. So we want to keep everything in line. So keep your butt with you, no butts left behind. So when you're coming back into it, your butt should not be got going first. You want to stay up, come up tall into that kneeling position and keeping the core engaged. You're not gonna get much forward when that butt coming in first. And then we'll move on to the AMRAP portion. So we're gonna get our hip hinge. So hip hinge array. Get the good morning. So just to say from doing a heavier weight of deadlifts and all that, we're still gonna get a hinge, work the posterior, but take the kettlebell goblet out the chest. Lighter weight, really want to focus on keeping the chest open, retract the shoulders as you go to the bend. Keep a soft knee. A good way to give a target, right? Give somebody a wall. Someone has an issue, but you even today when we're doing the double deadlift, there's some people that are squatting. So I'll take them to the wall and have them focus on pushing their butt back to the wall. So both butt cheeks to the wall. So even having that as a coaching tool, in there to have them do a wall space to drive their hips back, so they make sure they're bending and not sitting into it. Is a good way to do that with any type of hinge. You have your side plate thread the needle, so you can add a light dumbbell to their hands if they want to add some resistance to it. You can stagger your feet if possible. Have a plow box nearby for anyone that doesn't want to go down to the floor. They can go to the plow box instead, but still get that same rotation in that side plank. And then we have our kneeling press. So kneeling press, you want to attempt to keep your toes on. There's going to be a lot more core focus by keeping your toes off the floor. Since there are dumbbells being used, this one in the video, it will show a surge. So you can use a sandbag as a press, a Fit Fighter, or a Ram. For this one, just to save on the dumbbell. So like you still get that 10 count rep for that. If obviously the BOSU ball there is causing instability, if it's too much, have them set your toes down to the floor to stabilize myself. And again, really focus on mind muscle connection, driving that belly button, pushing that belly button to your spine, keep that core nice and tight. Balance starts in the core, so the stronger your core, the better balance you're going to have, the more stability you're going to have. Superman, split, squat with a toe raise. You can either do a front loaded or you can take it, which I prefer for this one, probably just to have the superman under your feet, have the handles, right? And you just go into that split squat, drive up, work your hands down further on that superman and add more resistance as you drive through the heel. And you're going to get a little balance challenge too by bringing that toe off the ground. And an extra glute activation too. So when you bring the toe off the ground, don't just bring it up off the ground and, see me. It's going to be like here with it. Like they can even lift it up more to get some glute activation. So I think go to that split squat, drive that knee down, come up, and then get that toe raised and get a little more glute activation. In that they can do 5 to 10 on each leg, and then they'll move on to the next area in the room, or next spot in the room, which we have our core pulses, connect the elbows together, short and choppy, press the belly button to the spine for those 10 reps. And then we have your stability ball, chest press or chest fly. So open up, soft elbow. This one is, any flies are super tough for like people that are novice and they're not new or they're new to exercising. Even like with lat raises, the elbows extended, like there's so much stress on the shoulder. So keep a soft elbow. You're giving that beer hug coming up. And you want to have the inclines and be more focused on the upper part of the pecs. And don't go so deep. You don't have to go so deep when you even get the fly. Just want to feel that stretch in the upper pecs and to come back in. You don't have to bring your arms way back. There's going to be a lot in the shoulders, right? So just come back, feel that stretch, and come back up and connect with that neutral grip. Another good point with that one, with the incline, I coach you to keep your neck and head neutral off the ball. So when you're in the incline, don't have your neck resting on the ball like that. That's not going to be comfortable. So you want to have your butt down towards the ground, hover off the floor, and then you want to come up, having the head neutral, not the spine neutral, is work the upper pecs with that fly. If the fly is too much, just have them work with the incline press instead. And we're going to go to our inverted row. If you have some small boxes, well, for us, we use the box, but it's a good one. You can challenge people to get their feet on the wall to make it more intense. For fellas, you can give them like a little press on their sternum to give them some more resistance, or give them a sandbag or something like that if they want to add some resistance on that inverted row to get that horse in the pool. And then we're going to go into our quadruped hydrant, the dirty dog. So getting 5 to 10 on each side. Hip mobility, low back health is great. Keep that neutral spine again for this one. If you want to make this one even more intense, tell them to do a kickstand. They keep your legs straight out to the side and not bend. You're going to feel a lot more glute activation and hip movement with that. So having a straight leg as they come out and flick the toe down towards the ground, let your toe could touch the ground, come right back up for that. And then your dumbbell shrugs, squat with a shrug. I actually would prefer to just use one dumbbell, hold it low, right in between your leg as you come down into that squat, come get that shrug. So if you have, because really with the flies, incline is a harder motion anyway. Any incline is a harder press anyways. So when you're doing a fly, you should stay relatively light with the fly because it's an incline fly. So the heavier weights that you have in your room, you can use that for, or even if you want to bring kettlebells in the area too, you can use kettlebells for that goblet squat with that shrug. I don't know why I'm doing this. just because I am. And we have a chaos ladder. Chaos ladder is going to go 10, 8, 4, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and you're trying to build it back up within that 3 to 4 minute time frame. You have your squat thrusts and your elbow to knee extensions. Elbow knee extension, keep your lower back on the ground, so you're not putting the extra stress on that low back that you got for your Friday, Monday, Wednesday workout. Oof. You're muted. You're muted. Still muted.
Oh, I was still like complimenting you. You didn't hear none of it. I was like, whoa, right on time. But yeah, I had Nico in here feeding me pretzels here a minute ago. But do you anybody have any comments or questions with regard to this one before we move on to the next for the sake of the recording? No? Are you good? All right.